Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and I guess good evening, because chances are probably not watching a late night. But yes, welcome back to Cast 5 Podcast. My name is Fiz. I'm joined today by my wonderful castmates Rohan, Theo, and Daniel.
What's going on, guys? I didn't realize you did that like in a kind of chronological order.
Hey everyone.
I said it based on how I saw on my OBS, so that's what we're going to go with. How are you guys doing, guys? It's been a while. We haven't recorded a podcast in 2 weeks. I know everybody got busy with work, but how are you guys doing, man? It's been a while since I've chatted with you.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
No, we're
Playing
doing
a lot of games, doing some streaming.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Yeah, man.
Yes, I've noticed
Fun
it.
times, fun things going on.
Yeah,
You guys should
exciting
come
shit.
on and check us out. Files has our links for our streaming on Twitch. We did some Demon Souls, and one of our other castmates is also doing Pokemon. Come and check us out, man. It's real fun times.
Yeah, 3 games overall: Pokemon, Demon Souls, and Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy I was actually a part of, but I wasn't able to actually use my setup for it. But
Yeah, I saw your eyes. You want to scream, but you had no mouth.
I know. But Demon Souls, Daniel, this is your first time playing a Souls game. Please tell me your experience.
Terrible, punishing, awful.
To our audio listeners, I just want to advise you that he is currently sitting in a corner looking down in shame.
Yeah, look at your Demon Souls gameplay. Like, from the way you talked, I'm not sure if you died more in Demon Souls or died more in Final Fantasy.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That would be actually interesting, like death count comparison.
I think it's more in Demon Souls than it is
You
in
need a
Final
healer, right?
Fantasy.
You need your
Give us
own
some context,
personal
Daniel. How many
backpack
hours?
healer.
He needs a
Sorry,
bodyguard.
say that again, Theo. I
Yeah.
didn't get you.
Theo was saying that he
He
needs
needs
his
a
own.
full party. He needs his own full party.
I do.
No,
I
but,
can't
like,
just be the warrior of light. I need my team.
No, we're gonna get together, man. So just have to get past what's his name?
You just
Like,
have to get past the first level.
Yeah, and then you can get a tank in
Yeah.
Furhad. Won't get a healer though.
Yo, listen, Farhad is a wonderful tank in the Souls games. So you're gonna be protected. He'll definitely be your bodyguard. That I can definitely. By experience, he has guarded my body multiple times in the game.
Yeah,
Well,
I've never
living or dead
played a
body
game like
has
that.
guarded it.
That's true.
in
What
the Souls game.
But yes, go ahead. What were you saying, Daniel?
Yeah, I've never played a game like that. That was brutal. Like
Go ahead.
having to go all the way back to the beginning every single time, and it's more annoying the further in you get. Like for a good solid like half an hour, I wasn't getting past the guy with the flaming sword at the very beginning. So going back to the beginning of the bridge was like, it's okay. But once you get past that and you go around and up the stairs and then you die, and yeah, that was irritating.
But hey, here's the thing. Once you kind of get used to it, at least the first 2-3 bosses, then you'll understand the gameplay loop and everything. So you'll get a lot better at it. And what Rohan was saying, definitely get good. Like you will. But the game will force you to get good.
You will, and like how much better and like how much more fun it actually is, right? Like, trust me, so you'll have fun once you start getting better, but you will. So
There's this distinct memory that I have of Demon Souls. Before I go ahead, Thea. What were you saying?
Or even if you don't get better, once you get far enough, at least you can play with friends and have them carry your dead ass through the game. That's what used to happen to me.
That is so true. And
That's my MO.
You unlock shortcuts and stuff, so like you'll start understanding how it works. Sekiro, I think, in my opinion, is a lot tougher than majority of these games because like you don't have the ability to like summon your friends. But yes, in these games, like once you're in one person world and you're killing a boss, so you do it again, you do it again, you do it again, 3 times, you're gonna get used to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But I have this distinct memory of Demon Souls when I was playing with Farhad. So I know Rohan and Theo have heard this multiple times, but for you, Daniel, you may not have heard the story before. But basically, we were fighting one of these mega bosses at the very end. His name is King Alan. You'll face him. You'll know who I'm talking about. So he, in traditional Souls pattern, when you're fighting enemies, if they are more humanoid, be scared because they will fuck you up. If they are the bigger and so forth, it's easier to dodge, roll around, do whatever you need to do. This guy is fully humanoid figure, travels really, really fast, dashes towards you, had wing attacks and all that stuff. And he has this move where every single time you return, he turns around and he stabs the ground, but he charges for like a good solid 3 seconds, giving you a chance to stun him. If not, he's going to hit the ground and the entire area is going to explode. Only way you can dodge it is like much like in Final Fantasy, when those meteors come down, you go as far away as you possibly can on the stage. So it was my file. It was my first time playing the game. Farhad was a little bit better at it. I was using this class Thief, which gives you a small dagger and a small shield, and you're very nimble. You can dodge very quickly, but it's more meant for backstabs and stuff. It's supposed to be more stealthy, but it's not recommended for anyone's first time playing because the game becomes a little bit more harder. Like they advise you to do either long range like mage and stuff, or warrior so you have a proper shield. But I went with Thief. So I'm like hitting him with my little dagger back and forth, and I'm running for my life as Farhad comes in with his gigantic 2-handed claymore and hitting this guy. And our third party member was absolutely useless. He kept doing water whale that actually gives you defense against water damage, and the guy was wind.
Wait, let me tell you something funny. Final Fantasy, I found out White Mage gets a skill called Aqua Veil.
There you go.
Actually does something though.
So he kept putting that on him just to boost his defense against wind with this water defense. So he was useless. He wasn't doing much. So I'm attacking him, and we bring him down to like a sliver of his health left. So it says King Alan, and this is his health bar, and it was down to King. And he's charging up to hit the ground. And I ran out of magic, so I couldn't stun him. So I'm like, oh fuck. I start running. All I hear on the headphones, so we're using Skype at that time to when we're playing the games, is "Don't hurt my friend." Farhad is booking it for this boss with his 2-handed claymore, and as he hits him, he's screaming, and as he makes contact, King Alan stabs the ground. Farhad absorbed the entire blow, and he blew up. None of us got hit. He took the entire fucking impact, and he blew up. So the moment he blew up, where usually when you die in Souls and stuff, your body falls down. His body was nowhere to be found. So I'm looking at it, and exactly. There's like a 2-second pause, and all I hear is, "Get him, Fies." I start screaming, and I'm rushing in, and this water veil guy, he runs in with his little sword, and next 30 seconds, no offense and nothing, all I see King Alan keep getting hit from both sides. So he turns to hit someone else hits him, he turns back to hit that guy, and we won. It is the best memory I have playing Demon Souls with Farhad. So this is what you can expect when it comes down to him. You're gonna have a blast.
What raises expectations so high, which is an epic freaking story, man. Dude, why should you just like you just go to the game and just like at the end of it, like Farhad is just one shots the boss, man. You know that's what's gonna happen because he's so good now.
He's so good. There's the one regret that I do have, we were discussing in me, Farhad, and Theo, was when we were playing Dark Souls 3, sorry, and the shenanigans we were pulling with me for Farhad and Theo. That kind of stuff, be ready, because if you end up liking Demon Souls, then we can definitely do a lot of fun stuff with Elden Ring. So that's my hope for you. But welcome to a disastrous world where you will die over and over and over again, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
it turns you into a masochist.
Exactly.
Like, I did not know I enjoyed getting my ass handed to me in the game so much.
Never have I actually played a game where like it was kicking my ass so much and me wanting to go back for more, like constantly.
Because you know that you can do better. You're like, it's fair. It's fair. When you die, you know you messed up. It's not the game just being cheap and just blocking everything off. No, you definitely messed up.
Love Souls games, man. Yeah. Love Souls games.
Occasionally it was the game messing up with...
Oh, that's true for between, but you can point it out though, right? And you don't feel so bad because you know it's like, oh well, that's unfortunate, and you just go back again.
I also know that Theo, you are playing Endwalker. What's your journey been like so far?
My journey has mostly been boss the last few days because someone suddenly said, I wanted a Black Mage relic. I was like, well, fuck, I want a Gunbreaker relic. Guess I gotta do some catching up. Going into, what was that, that raid called? Delubrum Regineo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Delubrum. That shit was not fun. Not anymore.
No.
It was, oh my god. Imagine raid bosses. You guys have done Crystal Towers already, so you should know. Those bosses usually you fight with 24 people or 4 lions. So the Delubrum is one of those, but because no one does it anymore, you go in with like 5 people trying to fight a raid boss meant for 24. And it takes fucking forever.
Mm-hmm.
Even with 24 people. With 5, it was just, oh my god.
But those 5 are like really good though, aren't they? Because like no one would be doing it because like they just get their asses kicked. But these people are doing it with you, like they know what they're doing. So it's
no, those 5 are the idiots like me who did this shit through raids. All the people who were smart, they did it during Shadowbringers when there was still currents.
It's true. When I was going through the whole Ultimate Weapon guides, and Farhad was showing it to me, and there's some stages where you just have to grind and you have to get all these materials to actually unlock the ability to be able to create these weapons. But it's a one-time grind. Once you do it once, you don't have to ever repeat it again. So it gives you the incentive of you can go ahead and create as many different weapons as you want. And some of them look fucking amazing. My Dragoon one does not look as good as my Black Mage one does. The Gunbreaker one looks beautiful. So you want to get these ultimate weapons and you're like, okay, let's go through this process. And Farhad just is like, oh, I got it for this class.
And these also weapons are really, really shiny.
They're very shiny. So he's showing all these different weapons to us and we're like, oh wow, this is great. Like it must be that much easier to get them now because you did the initial stage. Problem is, no one's like, it's not no one's doing it. A lot of people are not doing those anymore. So they're all focused on Endwalker. They're all focused on doing the Savage raids and so forth. So yes, go queuing up for these 24-man raids was just a fucking hassle. But it did introduce me to Palace of the Dead. That was a lot of fun, guys. Even though Daniel was sabotaging us on a constant basis.
Only because I didn't read the description of the...
Rohan,
fully read it.
Let me break it down for you, Rohan. There's an item that tells you. Do you remember mimics from Dark Souls? The chests that eat you alive?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So he keeps on getting eaten by them?
No,
not even that.
He keeps summoning them. So he uses this item that basically increases the chance of those enemies spawning the next round. It's meant like you get more experience, you get all of that stuff. We're just trying to get through Palace of Dead. So he is using these items, not reading the description. So all of a sudden, we're fighting like 4 mimics at a time while we can barely hold our own for 1.
Oh, shit.
All these people dying, man. But the good news is we got it. We got the weapons, Theo. We got the weapons.
Yeah, but we didn't finish Palace yet. One level left.
Yeah, 1 round to go, guys. Level 90 to 100.
Oh, you are actually gonna do it.
We have to finish it. We started. We're almost there.
Completionist. The curse of the completionist.
Gotta end on a round number, you know.
Yeah, gotta end at 100. After that, I don't know if we're gonna continue on, but it's fun. four of us playing through it. It was pretty fun. What about you, Rohan? What have you been playing?
Good news on my hand on the Endwalker side, though. Since I'm finally done all that shit, I can finally start the story.
You have
after 1 week.
Aren't you in Charlian? Are you in Charlian?
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm still in the level 81 or 82 quest.
Okay.
Can't really say it started yet.
No, fair enough. What about you, Rohan? What have you been up to?
Well, I've just finished Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That was really fun. That was actually my first PS5 game I've completed. I've actually finished. Right. In terms of other PS5 games I want to actually do,
and not just that, it's your first game you completed on your PS5.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, my first PS5 game I've actually
Yo, you lagging, man. You lagging in
real
life.
Wow. Oh yeah, I realized. Oh shit. Yeah, you're behind like a good few seconds. But I still want to finish Last of Us Part 1, right? The remastered. Definitely want to finish that so I could get into Last of Us Part 2. But in terms of immediate actual gaming I'm doing, I don't know if this counts.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Yo, talk to us about it.
Dude, it's fun, man. It is fun. You don't really need to actually invest. You don't even actually buy anything online because you can buy these little crystals, right? And that's how you get cards in the game, right? But you don't even necessarily actually even have to do that because the game gives you free crystals just by playing initially, and there's specific parts in the store where you go and you can actually get packs on the very, very, very cheap. And just going through, there's also a mode called solo mode where actually plays you through a story, these story missions, and it actually gives context to these cards and specific card archetypes. So and doing so, it actually teaches you different play styles of Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh is huge, right? There's over 10,000 cards, right? Different types of there's so many cards that do different type of things that interact with one another in different types of ways, right? Archetypes that play a specific kind of way, flip cards, link link summoning, synchro summoning, freaking warriors, and it brings you to all these types of different play styles, right? And it teaches you how to play the game. And the game itself is so good. What's the other card game that's hugely popular?
Magic the Gathering?
There's that, but no, not the physical one, but the actual video game card game.
Eye of Judgment?
Hearthstone?
Oh, Hearthstone.
Hearthstone. Yeah, okay. Like Hearthstone's, right? When you play a card, you actually see different animations of cards, right? And when you pop it down, a little cartoon version actually plays of the card that you're playing, bro. That
might
happens.
Be Shadow first, then.
Dude,
that might be Shadow.
No, Hearthstone's very similar.
Yeah, right. And dude, and as you playing, right, it's so entertaining, man. It's so engrossing. You think you wouldn't be because it's a card game, right? But it's the fact that we played, right, or you're younger, right, it really grabs your nostalgia because there's packs and there's cards when Blue Eyes White Dragon, if you manage to get one, you plop it down, dude. You remember Yu-Gi-Oh? Obviously the anime. Remember when Yugi plays it, right? This freaking huge dragon comes out. Kaiba, sorry, Kaiba. Yeah, when Kaiba freaking played it, right? When the fusion summoning. Yeah, when you do fusion summoning, that wicked animation plays, yo. That stuff, it's you're actually in the anime, but actually plays out when you're actually playing the actual game, yo. It's I'm enjoying it. Long story short,
definitely sounds like you're having a great time.
So it's really check it out. But really, I do want to actually just finish Last of Us, man. I'm slacking on that, man. I need to get my gaming hours, my PS5 gaming hours off. I really do.
I'm just gonna say, in terms of Last of Us, the bet was my birthday, right? April. So if he finishes Last of Us 1 or not by then. So we are heading into February, the shortest month. So you have 2 months. Let's see if we can, if I win or not.
Yeah, dude, I'm at least 1/3, if not a quarter into it. Yeah.
Where did you leave off? What was the last thing? You
Fall. I'm just going to Fall. I just got into like that camp, right, and found Joel's brother.
Okay. So you are like halfway, roughly about halfway.
Dude, I'm gonna. Okay, yeah. We got that done, man. Let's go. It's gonna be fun. It's getting more intense, yo. The story's getting more even more interesting, but like overall gameplay is getting more intense.
I will suggest one thing. Now I know Daniel may disagree here, but Last of Us Part 2, play it back to back. Don't take breaks in a sense like you go away for 6 months and play something else. Play it back to back, because I know trust me, there's going to be a lot of other games coming out, but when you sit down, when you commit to it, actually play through it back to back.
That's actually my intention. Yeah. That's definitely what's my intention, to actually see like the full on story.
Because if you're getting hooked on the story of the first game and you power through that, just go straight on to the second. Power through the second.
It's well worth it.
Well, it's also fresh.
Yeah, definitely.
It's well worth it, guys. For the audio listeners, I'm pointing to the display of The Last of Us Part 2 that I have in my room. But yes.
Your favorite game in the world, isn't it?
No, actually, it's top 3.
Top 3, okay.
Top 3. First one being obviously
Final Fantasy.
Which Final Fantasy though?
7.
See, maybe it's 14. You never know.
Wow, is it creeping up there?
It's Final Fantasy 7 and I think 14 now, since the story has wrapped up with Endwalker. I think top 2 probably. I just haven't decided which one's number 1 yet, because there's nostalgia versus 12 years of dedication put behind the story. So like I don't know where it's up there, but yeah, Last of Us Part 2 is in the top 3, 100%. I've never felt a game make me feel the way it did. So much hurt, but yes, but that's a very good segue to something that we were discussing before, which was our PlayStation wrap-up reports.
Good God!
So
I'll be back, guys.
He just leaves. So the wrap-up reports, obviously, for 2021 was released recently, and they released it right after a major news story broke. Probably the biggest acquisition in gaming history. I'm positive it's one of the biggest acquisitions in gaming history, which was Xbox filing to acquire. Microsoft filing to acquire Activision Blizzard. So that I have a lot to discuss on that too. But Sony in return, I think it was either the next day or the day after, released the 2021 PlayStation wrap-up report. So I'm very curious to see which games are like the 4 highest games that you played, your top games, and how many games you actually got a chance to play. Let's start with Theo. Give me those stats, man.
Okay. So, if you guys know me, obviously I didn't do much PlayStation gaming last year because of mostly Final Fantasy and Genshin, which I mostly played the PC version of. But to my great surprise, when I actually checked the wrap-up, I did have something. I actually did have 5 games that I did play on my old-ass PS4, slim version, last year. So number 1, obviously, it's going to be Bloodborne.
What?
Yep. 66 hours. Cursed number as well.
Wow. Okay, you're actually playing Blip? Well, I did not know that.
Okay. I think I would play that game every year, probably. I just love it that much.
I did not know that either, but okay. Wow.
Its Eldritch tentacles are never, ever letting go of me.
So if they ended up releasing a remastered version with like 4K and 60 frames, or 1080p with 60 frames, like is that
1080p, 720p, 60 frames.
So you're just like, we're never gonna see you again. Like that's it.
Oh yeah. Yep. New characters all day, every day.
Wow.
Just trying different shit out.
That game is amazing though. That game is fucking amazing.
Never played him.
Bloodborne is one of those games that it's a lot faster than Demon's Souls, but it's a lot harder than Demon Souls because every time you attack the enemy after they hit you, if you hit them right back and combo them, you recover HP. So it incentivizes you to actually play
Be
a
more
bit
offensive.
more aggressively. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
obviously, if you're too aggressive, you're just gonna fucking die.
yeah, so it's a fine balance.
So it's a really fun game to like learn the enemy patterns and just squeeze the shit out of all the uptime that you have.
And it also introduced something that is standardized.
And you don't need to heal.
Yes. And it also standardizes something that's later on in all Soulborne games or type of games that started introducing was like second stages for boss fights. So you have a hard version of the boss already, then you get them 50% and then they transform into a harder version. So then you're just like, okay, let's do this.
You're like,
I think I'd be yelling at the TV when that happened.
You'll have fun.
It's either yelling in anger or yelling in fun. Either or.
What about the second game, sir?
Second game, Ghost of Tsushima. Over 50 hours, just over 50 hours, and platinum. Oh, Bloodborne I did platinum, but that was years ago.
Okay.
But Tsushima was a fresh platinum at just over 50 hours. I am surprised I put that many hours into that game.
Good game.
It must have been. It was alright. And all those 50 hours, I'm pretty sure most of it was sightseeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just looking at like the gorgeous views of rustic Japan and stuff. Definitely wasn't for the game. Oh my god.
It is a gorgeous game though.
It's a gorgeous
How many hours have you played on it, Daniel? I didn't know you.
Not many. I did maybe like half of the first area.
There's 3 areas too, so you're like not even anywhere. You're just in the first.
And then I haven't really come back to it. My friend actually has my copy of it right now. Yeah.
For me, it was.
But yeah, my friend is loading my disc right now, so it'll be a while till I get that one back and start it again. But there's lots of games coming out. I'm gonna be busy with those. I'll get to Ghost eventually.
Final Fantasy, you just brought Endwalker as well.
Yeah.
Horizon's coming out, so we're gonna lose Daniel for a little while too.
Oh yeah.
And Demon Souls kicking his ass for another 50 hours.
Exactly. You got your hands full. You can wait on Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, for me, Ghost of Tsushima was when you get to that, I think it was the second area, and you see the ginkgo trees, the golden ginkgo trees in autumn. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to stop here and take some pictures and take a break from the gameplay.
Yeah, the photo mode is one of the best I've seen. I think the second closest one was probably God of War. But yeah.
And the fact that they also added in the... I played this game late, so they added in the Kurosawa mode.
Yes.
That was...
Kurosawa mode was from the beginning when the game came out. Yes. The only difference was that...
I thought it was added...
Kurosawa mode was from the beginning. The only thing that they added, well, other than haptic feedback and so forth, is lip syncing for Japanese. So it made the Kurosawa mode that much better.
No, lip syncing for Japanese was only for PS5 version.
Yes.
They didn't add it for PS4 version.
So maybe the Kurosawa...
I was really disappointed.
Okay. That's... Oof. I feel you. I feel you. Because it was off. I had to play it in English.
Obviously, I had to play it in Japanese. Those samurai lines and those samurai duels, yep, it had to be in Japanese.
The English dub is actually pretty good, though. Jin Sakai, oof. And obviously his uncle.
Yep.
All he's missing is a cousin. But yes.
No, he did have a cousin. It was the...
You'll know what I'm talking about.
But they were dead.
Keep playing. You'll know what I'm... Well, you played the game. Don't ruin it for anybody else. But yes, what's your third game?
Third game is Aegis Rim. Just under 50 hours. Also with a platinum.
Oh, wow. You platinumed that game too. Okay.
It was a very easy... That game I really want to play again because of the way the story was structured.
Different playthroughs, you see different sides, yeah.
No, the one playthrough you can see all the sides. It's more of the fact that there's a lot of terminology and stuff that you don't understand and like plot points. So if you play it again, then you can be like, oh, okay, so that's what was happening at this point.
Fair enough.
Like watching Steins Gate again, you understand so much more.
Exactly.
Stuff. Yeah.
It's like watching Game of Thrones, understanding where everything goes. Like the majority of the
for sure.
references that they make for wars and stuff. Yeah.
Rewatching Inception.
Oh,
nice.
Because I had to watch it twice to understand it.
That's no shame in that, man. They got their money's worth.
Aegis Rim, another gorgeous game by Vanillaware. I loved all the games, no exceptions. But yeah, it was just a visual novel, so not much to talk about except the story, pretty much.
Yeah.
Next game, my fourth one. This was a huge mystery to me, and another surprise. Genshin at just under 30 hours.
Especially since you play it on PC.
Exactly. My PC one definitely has a couple hundred on it. So I don't know how I even played 30 hours on the PS version. I don't know what the fuck I even did on it. So I'm not going to talk about it because I have no idea.
Fair enough.
So on to my... Okay, I think I have an idea. It was because on PC, on certain areas, you finish the area and the area just cleans up.
Okay.
So like you get clear skies and everything. But on I kept a different file on my PlayStation version where I didn't finish the area, but I can take screenshots using my PC characters.
30 hours worth of screenshots. Mystery solved.
Yeah.
Is that where your love of photographs came from, Theo? Just like photographing everything in video games, so you just had to put it in real life.
No, real life came first because this game didn't come out at that time. But probably the real life one, I couldn't do it in real life anymore because of fucking COVID. So I'm doing it in video games.
Oh, okay. So that's how you're getting your fix.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Ryan, what about you? How's your wrap up looking?
Dude, man, you're better off just getting someone else. You know, I've actually come up with the reason why my hours are so low.
One sec. Yes, go ahead.
So five games, right? Last game, Catherine under 20 hours.
Catherine?
I don't know what that
is. Is it the remastered version?
Yep, Catherine full body.
Full body. Wow. Excellent.
So before we jump over to Rohan, just for the rest of your stats, Theo, let me just pop my comparison here for a second. How many total hours did you play?
I forgot to check that.
Oh, hi.
But it definitely was not a lot. Counting all these up, it's about 100, maybe 200.
200?
But yeah, I rarely turn on my PlayStation 4.
You're more of a PC guy.
No, he would do PS5.
It used to be PlayStation.
It used to be
PlayStation. I used to be PlayStation.
It's just because he doesn't have the PS5 yet.
Yeah. And Walker turned me to PC.
That's it.
Fan.
The thing with me is that I didn't have a console for like a couple of years, man. Right? So I wasn't really like all my gaming I was doing was on my PC.
Listen, Rohan. We're not here to discuss your gaming habits on PC. We want to know about the stats.
That's my explanation. But that's my explanation why my hours are so low, bro.
See, this is why I want to hear the hours though. Let's go. Total hours and the
I can tell you my games.
Come on.
I can tell you my games.
Right.
Games obviously is Ratchet and Clank, Last of Us Last of Us Remastered, Call of Duty Warzone, God of War, and Warframe. Those are my 5.
I'm shocked you guys have 5 because I only have 4. So
yeah, same with me.
Yeah,
only 4.
Really? You guys only played 4 games?
We played more than 4. It says how many games we played, but
maybe it's that the fact that only 4 games went above a couple hours.
Yeah.
Like I think the cutoff point is like probably an hour.
Maybe it's just the bulk of the hours that we played are on those 4 games, and the rest is just too spread out to have a definitive 5th.
Because I do think I know what my 5th is, but regardless. So Rohan,
Yeah, what are they?
What's your no? We're gonna go to Daniel next after. But I want to know. I want to know.
Let's go to Daniel so we can actually figure out.
Oh no, we gotta pick apart your stats.
Yes, let's talk about the total hours. That's all I want to hear. The total hours.
Okay, so that's 30. Okay, total played locally is 32.
There you go.
Wow.
Rookie stats.
Yeah.
Rookie stats.
All right,
I want to know
get it out of here. Get it out. Lay it on. All right, let's go.
How many hours is it for Last of Us?
So, no, not even that much, right? Because I kept on like starting and stopping, bro.
So Rift Apart is probably like
12.
12 hours. Okay.
12.
I was gonna say
12
hours. Last of Us.
That's actually both. I finished Ratchet and Clank, but like it was 12 hours for like Rift Apart and 12 hours so far for Last of Us.
Crazy, eh?
So
What about you,
I think
Paul?
you're winning the bet, Fires.
I feel so. I feel so.
No. That's the thing, though, right? Because like I'm starting my actual console. I haven't been with a console for like over like a year, man. The fact that I've actually done this much, and I'm weaning myself off of PC, y'all. Give me some freaking space here.
No, we're not. No, we're not giving you any leeway. You can say whatever you want. No leeway.
You know what's funny though, Rohan? You got your PS5 last year. You opened it.
No, there was a specific reason.
Year?
I think so. It's this year. Yeah, this year I think is when we went and set up his PS5, mounted his TV.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
And do you guys remember just before COVID hit what we went to? The Mark thingy, the Mark Festival or whatever for Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
Where we went and met Barrett's voice actor, and you still haven't fucking started 7.
He was so hyped. He was so hyped.
Oh yeah. Oh shit! Wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. There's specific games I need to freaking finish first, in order, and then I'll be good. Because when you keep on like mentioning all these other games, yo, I get distracted, yo.
Look at this is the picture that we had with the Bears voice actor.
Cool.
February 29th? This is the picture. 2020, and he still hasn't played it.
No, man. I need to finish like certain games first, and then I'll be good.
No, fair enough.
I'll get distracted. Yeah, you know me. I'll get distracted once I.
We know.
Find something new shiny.
And he finally got a PS5. He even went to that thing with us. He's gonna play 7.
How wrong you were.
How wrong I was.
Daniel, talk to me about your stats.
So my total hours for the year was 850. 30% was on PS5 titles. The rest was on PS4 titles. Weirdly, though, I don't know why. It says 6 hours played online, which is not true because Final Fantasy is all online, and that is my number one game at 333 hours. So
maybe you tried Warzone? You must have. You must have played a Call of Duty, man.
Oh yeah, I've messed around with Warzone a little bit. I'm just surprised it's not considering Final Fantasy as a multiplayer game.
Yeah,
or an online game.
Oh, no one would look at Fice's stats.
No, it's 0.
Yeah.
0 hours played online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Even with another game that I have, there's another multiplayer game I play. It's in my top 4, and even that's more than 6 hours. I'm surprised they're not considering them online games.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so my top 1 is Final Fantasy PS5 Upgrade Edition.
Yeah.
At 333 hours.
Yes.
My second game, surprisingly enough, is Watch Dogs. And that's only because the first one, which I played years ago, and I think the only reason it's there is because I played it for like a solid weekend trying to platinum it. And then the game file kind of like glitched out on me, and then I gave up on it because it was going to be impossible to. It was like a solid weekend where I was like, I got like my old game save here. I'm gonna mess around to like finish up the old side missions, do all the mini quests, and all like the exploration stuff, and that'll be it. And then I realized that it it was like some of the exploration stuff. It was counting on the game, but not on the game stats, but not counting on the trophy stats for some reason.
Oh wow!
So I'd get like 100 out of 100 on the in game on the map, but it wouldn't come through on the trophy.
Wow!
And I don't know if it was because it was like counting 2 different game saves, because you can't load up a game save with Watch Dogs. You have to start from the beginning. So that's what I had to do. So after a weekend of doing that and trying to fix that, I just gave up. That's why it's like 80 hours on Watch Dogs.
Wow.
But
sucks, man.
I guess I'll never platinum that game. I mean, there's only like 1 or 2 trophies left on it, and it was literally just the open world exploration stuff.
Glitch.
Yeah. My third game is the Death Stranding Director's Cut.
That
at 70 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That I'll definitely be able to platinum at some point, because it transferred all my trophies over from the original game, which was nice.
So you just have a few things that you have to do with the new content, right? Yeah, that's it.
Literally, the only thing I gotta do is just play around with the new stuff they give you. Build the new structures. Build the graphics is phenomenal. The world, the world looked amazing already, but in this game, in the upgrade, absolutely beautiful. And like some of the I haven't tried the racing yet, but there's a whole racetrack now you can mess around on, a new car. They've got a couple of different like new equipment that you can use, and I'm trying to remember the word. It's been a while since I played it, but like, you can build like the structures. There's new structures you can build that help you with deliveries. Like there's one that's like a giant like slingshot cannon that shoots your package, and then you have to like land it with a parachute. That was pretty cool. Gets it over like the rough terrain, so you can send everything ahead and then fall around and go across. The haptic feedback on the controller is a lot better now. Like you can feel it. The walking simulator has really become a walking simulator.
That's awesome.
But yeah, just got to finish that one up. And the fourth game is
there's one more thing to ask about that.
Sure.
Did they fix the way you spin the map around? Like, remember in the PS4 version, if you wanted to rotate the map, you had to rotate the controller or something.
Oh, or I don't remember that at all.
Oh, if you wanted to... could you spin the whole map like that? Or do like the top-down view? Top-down to front view? I didn't really notice it in this one. I never really turned the map. I kind of just left it how it was. I will have a look
remember the PS4 version. If I wanted to look for like a specific route through a mountain to like look for leeway or whatever, you turn the map by like holding the controller and then spinning it out. But it doesn't work that well because you can only spin it that much.
I did it like this to like it would like change from like top down to like this, and you could see how high the mountains were and stuff. But I never spun the controller the other way. Ooh, I gotta try that now.
I don't remember doing any of that at all.
I used to plot routes, and then when I had to deviate because like mountains and stuff were in the way, I would just continuously update my plotting. Or like
I would just
cancel the last one and just redo, like reconnect to the next dot that I put on, kind of thing.
Okay, so you used it like a GPS then. I used it like an old-fashioned map. You plot it once and then I follow the map.
If it's a mountain, we climbing. Even
you
if
went straight.
You can go around.
I know.
I have dedicated myself to this point. I'm going to go through it.
I plotted the bird's route. I'm going this way.
And that's it? That's your 4 games?
So my 4th game is World of Warships Legends. It's a wargaming game. Mm-hmm. So I used to play when I had a decent PC laptop. Mm-hmm. I used to play World of Tanks, which is a wargaming game, and I like that. A little history nerd in me. Mm-hmm. And I tried World of Tanks on the PlayStation, and it sucks. Mm. And so I stumbled across World of Warships, and it's pretty cool. It's you get to play with different World War I, World War II era ships, like battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and from different nations. And I enjoy it. The little history nerd in me enjoys it. I just mess around with that.
Oh wow!
And that was 60 hours. But for a fifth game, I'm not sure why it's not included, but probably GTA. I'll mess around on the single player if I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use that as like a first-person shooter or something like that. Or even first-person shooter, like if I wanted something quick to play, I would jump on Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, the 1 and 2, and I just pick a random level and, just blow through that. And I'm surprised that's not on there as the fifth game. I definitely did a good, decent amount of time on that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I got 2 platinums this year. I don't know why my 2 platinums aren't there for those games. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and the original Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I platinumed both of those this year. They're not on the list, and I sunk a lot of hours in those. But
well, for me, 692 hours overall. 15 games. Final Fantasy, obviously, Final Fantasy 14 is number 1, 430 hours for the PlayStation 5 version. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, 72 hours, which I'm never going to get back because, oh my fucking god. Yakuza Like a Dragon, 47 hours. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, 28 hours. I wonder if Ghosts... I platinumed it in 2021 or I played it in 2021. I'm not quite sure. I think I platinumed it because I think I started playing the game in December.
You told me you platinumed it. I remember.
So if that's the case,
got it really, really fast.
Yeah, I got the platinum extremely fast. But 2 platinums overall, and I'm sure the fifth game is the platinum that they're mentioning, which is none other than Life is Strange True Colors that came out in September. So I'm positive that's probably my 5th game. But Ratchet and Clank's not on here. That was like 12 hours as well. Guardians of the Galaxy is not on there, which was also like a solid 20 hours. Deathloop is not on there. I wonder if there's a cutoff date, which is probably like either December's the cutoff date or something like that. For the wrap-up report for it to generate rather than actually the entire full year, because they're missing a few games, which is kind of like, oh, okay, I guess this is what it is. Because I'm sure Judgment 2, the first Judgment, I finished it in the summer before Lost Judgment came out, and that's not here either. So
yeah, Kurosawa games aren't exactly short either.
Yeah, exactly. So oh well.
Yeah, there's definitely games on here that like I don't remember doing 70 hours of Death Stranding Director's Cut.
Mm-hmm.
I know I did the first couple of levels. Like, off the top of my head, definitely remember playing about 12 hours of it. Maybe I left it on standby one day. I don't know. But I definitely sunk more time into like Miles Morales and Spider-Man than I did on Death Stranding.
100% on Spider-Man, so I'm shocked Spider-Man's not on here.
Because I had to grind for the... Yeah, I had to go through the game twice to get the platinum. So, I mean, it says I got the 2 platinum, so it knows I played it, but who knows? It was an interesting list, though.
Wow.
Especially the hours and the amount of trophies and stuff I did.
Yeah. Speaking of sunken hours in franchises that may no longer be available on PlayStation, let's talk about one of the biggest news stories that actually occurred this past week. We wanted to do a podcast a little bit earlier on, just to touch base on it, but we weren't able to, because of everyone's work schedule, we weren't able to accommodate to it. But guys, Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard in an all-cash deal.
It's big news.
That's fucking massive, because like Call of Duty, StarCraft, Candy Crush, because of Kingside, World of Warcraft, and what am I missing?
Let me just pull the press release here. So their press release listed Overwatch, Diablo, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush, and StarCraft.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed is there's like a few on there that are like in the competitive scene, like StarCraft, and Overwatch. Warcraft is not exactly competitive, but I'm talking about like actual
esports,
esports stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like definitely StarCraft, definitely Overwatch, and probably some other ones we're probably missing, maybe like little small ones, but like, yeah. Okay, one thing.
Yes, go ahead.
So like, okay, you go first because I have something else afterwards. That might get a little hairy.
What I'm like right now, they have the most amount of exclusive studios, like in first party studios. The deal that they spent like $69 billion on, there's no fucking way that they're not going to turn around and make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox. I know that they said that the next 3 Call of Duties are going to be on PlayStation as well, which fine, makes sense. You're gonna maybe Warzone will be an element and the story modes and all that stuff too, but they must turn around and they're going to make these into on Game Pass first day first shot, right? Because
probably exclusive DLCs.
I don't think it's going to be exclusive DLC because there's no way you spend that much of money just to end up putting everything on everywhere. Because like the game would
specific stuff.
Exactly. The game that came out that's coming out in November, Starfield. Bethesda, when they purchased that Starfield, everybody was like, "Oh no, it's definitely going to be on PlayStation as well." And Elder Scrolls 6 is definitely going to be on PlayStation as well. And then they came out and said, "No, it's going to be Elder Scrolls." They haven't confirmed, but Starfield is Xbox exclusive.
One thing I noticed about those type of games that you mentioned, like Starfield and Elder Scrolls,
feedback coming in the back of your.
Oh, what happened?
There's some feedback coming.
I'm not quite.
Keep going. That's fine.
Sorry. Okay. One thing like I noticed is like those titles, right? The Elder Scrolls and Starfield, and Call of Duty. These are like single. Like okay, except for Call of Duty, their main thing is the like online player, right? The multiplayer aspect of it, right? But their single player campaign game are very popular, right? Especially with the Elder Scrolls and whatnot, right? I could imagine like these type of like games, they would want to have those like those stories told exclusively. You know, that's the one thing that a lot of gamers say like about Microsoft. They don't have any like exclusive single player games like that, right?
Well, they don't have that problem anymore.
Exactly, right? And why not capitalize that like and just throw it in the face even more and be like, hey, you want exclusive games? Where is it at?
Western RPGs, first-person shooters. They are exclusively now going to be like
Xbox,
they're
Microsoft.
They're the home, the best place to play. And the other thing that gets to me is like World of Warcraft. Does that mean that it's going to be finally being released on a console for the like and Xbox is gonna have World of Warcraft and PlayStation's gonna have Final Fantasy? Like
I would see World of Warcraft 2 come out before I see it come out on console.
Maybe because they definitely now are going to get funding. They are going to have hopefully a much better work
management change.
Yes.
that's the other thing I was going to mention. It's just like, okay, like how long until like Microsoft just literally just steps in and be like, okay, so this bullshit that's happening in this place is done now. Like how long do you think like what's going on in Activision Blizzard is really gonna like just change just straight up?
Bobby Kotick's supposed to step down. He's gonna leave once the deal finalizes, either by the end of next year, right, or by mid next year. He's going to leave. He's gonna walk away.
Says the deal is expected to close in the fiscal year 2023.
Yeah, see, so there
they
you
got
go.
Time.
Yeah, they got time. So he's definitely gonna step down. He's gonna walk away. There's no fucking way they're gonna get him to keep his job. He's gonna walk away with a very, very, very wealthy man.
Well, yeah,
but is this what it is? Like in a capitalist society, you just kind of buy out sexual harassment claims like this. Microsoft just came in and just bam, spent money. Got all the stuff, and that's it. Like they're gonna now culturally
package him out, and off he goes.
Yeah.
Okay, crazy, that side of it is unfortunate, but like that's probably the extent of in terms of like punishment that person's gonna probably receive in the industry. It's just like it's a golden parachute. Okay, but maybe the end of it, with him leaving and certain management leaving and change of the guard, like I wonder why from all this time, like look how ridiculously popular Warcraft is, and all that time, like how many times has Warcraft 2 has been mentioned? I can't even like think of a time when people were actually seriously thinking of a sequel to Warcraft, right? They just kept on pumping out expansion after expansion, and a lot of the time especially when I was like looking into like the Warcraft, right, and I think I was actually getting into it, a lot of people were saying like each subsequent expansion, yeah, maybe some are better than others, but like overall it's been trending downwards, right? So like I'm wondering, like I'm hoping for like a Warcraft 2 really to like really like have like a cutoff from what was happening, you know, in terms of at Activision Blizzard, right, and the management, and just like in terms of gaming, just pure gaming, right, business going forward, like have that be a thing. Just like, okay, that was that stuff that was happening, right? But now we have Warcraft 2.
Okay,
come on board, y'all.
Because I'm sure it goes more than just the Warcraft franchise. Because I know that they mentioned a lot of the games that they grew up with. Phil Spencer mentioned that a lot of games franchises that he was a fan of. This is Tony Hawk. This is Crash. This is so many other small franchises that like they've kind of just abandoned and just basically started chucking out all this Call of Duty back to back. Activision basically was like the fact that they produced Sekiro was insane to me back in the day, because I'm like,
and Mirror's Edge,
and Mirror's, yes, so like
interesting games, like interesting different type of games.
So creative freedom will be a little bit more provided, which is kind of nice. I like the fact that I hope they get to unionize. Like I hope that the work environment gets fixed under Phil Spencer. But fucking $69 million, 69 million billion dollar. I'm saying million. Billion dollars.
Yeah.
In contrast, when Star Wars was mentioned versus this is huge. And it's a whole cash deal too. Fuck, Sony stock dropped.
Microsoft just has that kind of money though, man. Their cash reserves is ridiculous.
So my question to you guys were like, we all know, like, okay, this is a huge deal. Everybody that plays a video game, like my mom was asking me about it, and she doesn't play fucking video games at all. Yeah, because everybody was reporting it. Like this is one of the huge purchases. Like
in terms of business deals,
exactly.
like 69 billion,
exactly. Yeah. So this is my question to you. What does Sony do now? Like, do they allow Game Pass on their console? Like, what?
I think they're gonna have to adjust somehow. Like Microsoft has really been pushing it in terms of just renovating the industry kind of thing. Like they've kind of seen how things have been done in the past and gone, yeah, you know what, it doesn't make us enough money anymore, so we're gonna do this. And Sony just hasn't really kept up at all on that.
So
the thing I want to say about Sony's is that they did sort of have Game Pass in the PS3 era. PS Plus every month came with great games. Once they stepped into PS4, then the games of like the PS Plus games started dwindling.
Actually last month was not that bad. For PS5, last month was not that bad because they gave Persona 5 Strikers and a couple of other things.
Yeah.
Last month was not that bad. But Theo, you touched upon something that's actually very prominent right now, because there's been talks that Sony is releasing their own version of Game Pass called Project Spartacus. And it's supposed to come out this year. And rumor has it it's going to have different tiers, and it's going to be affiliated with the PlayStation Plus side or PlayStation Now also. Like there'll be different tiers where you can purchase whichever you want. Now, the games are obviously going to be there for the first party games, which are unrivaled when it comes to PlayStation. Because this year alone, they have Horizon, they have God of War, they have Gran Turismo that's supposed to be coming out, right? And this is without any third party support, which is Forspoken. Final Fantasy 16 is slated this year as well. There's a couple of massive games that are supposed to be out exclusively for PlayStation. So on that note, I don't think it's going to be day one date on Game Pass and physical release like how Xbox was it. Because Halo Infinite released on the same day on Game Pass as it was released in retail was insane. Like if you played Halo Infinite, you know what I mean. Forza Horizon, same thing. So I don't think they'll do that, but I do think that they'll definitely put a lot of their catalog on there just to kind of entice people, right? But is that enough?
I don't know.
Like, I don't think they really can do necessarily anything right now because Sony's always been like more like wait and see kind of company, right? So they probably want to like wait and see like how this actually plays out in terms of what actually Microsoft does and see how people react to it, like what they actually do.
But they did it. The Game Pass is successful. It's 25 million.
Like, Game Pass has been out for a while now, and Sony's been waiting and seeing for maybe a little bit too long.
Exactly. Because they also have another space in the industry that Microsoft doesn't, which is PlayStation VR 2, which is supposed to be the new version that's the hardware that they announced. It's insane, right? Compared to Oculus and so forth. So, and they also don't have backwards compatibility the way Xbox does through Game Pass. And recently, I don't know if you're following following this news, but a lot of trophies were popping up information about PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2. So what if Project Spartacus does offer the backlog of your PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4 games, while it gives you not necessarily their big heavy hitters like Horizon or GTA, Gran Turismo GT Sport, or I think it was Gran Turismo 7 that's coming out, or God of War, but they turn around and give you games like It Takes Two, or like, like smaller caliber, or Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
Like indie games kind of thing.
Yeah, Returnal could be another one. Like something that's not going to be truly a heavy hitter, but Returnal turned out to be very, very fucking popular, right? But any game that they don't have much faith in, that will end up like Days Gone would have been another example, right? But they end up releasing that on day one. That would be interesting if they do that.
It was interesting just reading the Microsoft press release. And just like some of the stuff they put in there, you can kind of see the direction they're actually going with all this. Like they talk about, how they're taking over all these different studios and the franchises, stuff like that. But as you go further down, they start talking about mobile stuff.
Yeah.
And they bring up Warcraft and Call of Duty and Halo and Candy Crush, obviously. But it sounds like they're definitely going to try and push forward like on mobile. Like they have a whole segment on how mobile is apparently the largest segment in gaming, with nearly 95% of all players globally enjoying games on mobile.
For like what's that thing, that transaction though, that thing on mobile, right, that a lot of people don't necessarily like, is the online shop that mobile like games constantly push, right, to like buy content all the time on it, right?
Microtransactions.
The microtransactions. Thank you, Faiz. Microtransactions. But you can. Like, that's a thing, man. That's like that puts off a lot of gamers.
But right? I feel like that's a thing of mobile games of the past.
Yeah, free to play. There is like a huge
these days, like especially with Apple, like you can, and they sell all the aftermarket docks for you to play as an actual controller on your phone. Apple Arcade.
Huge. Yeah. xCloud is huge.
So you can stream your games Game Pass on mobile as well, right? So like even their list in their whole mobile section, Halo, Warcraft, it says here anywhere they want. So they could have World of Warcraft online on your phone, Halo online on your phone. That sounds like that's the direction they're gonna go for.
And with the servers and everything that they're investing money in as well, for just pushing broadband to its limit, like Microsoft, Microsoft seems like they're just gonna revolutionize the way video games are being played, like to an extent where it actually works. Because streaming video games has gone a lot better.
What was with Google Stadia? Like Google tried to do it with Stadia, and that didn't quite work out. And all the companies that would actually think that would succeed in terms of money and like tech behind it, you would think Google would be able to actually pull it off. Not necessarily.
Google, but that's Google, right? They never really stick to a project that they actually like or actually like believe in. But like when it comes to Amazon, they have Luna. It's also a streaming service.
I never heard about that. Really?
Yeah, they never really push it either. But xCloud works. xCloud actually fucking works, and they never came out and said that this is just a premium way to play. No. It's in beta, and then when they finally started rolling out, they're like, well, it's gonna have hiccups, it's gonna have glitches, but this is what we expect you to do. But they don't charge you for it. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, it's included. I can literally on my if I'm using the Android phone, I can run it. If I'm using iOS, it's you have to go jump through hoops just because of a Apple store, right? But it works. xCloud actually fucking works.
Yeah, Microsoft.
What I found
smooth enough to play action games on reaction.
Like in terms of like the delay.
Delay?
Yeah.
When I do remote play or I check it out, if there is a little bit of a delay, but it's not that much of a noticeable. But like if you're playing something that's going to be 60 frames, let's say Call of Duty and so forth, of course, like it's tech's not fully up there, like but they're upgrading it, they're pushing for it, right? What's Microsoft?
So it's really good for things like Yakuza.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
One thing I was surprised by with Microsoft plans, as you're saying, with when they took over Bethesda and they announced that the new releases are going to be Xbox exclusive. Now, with their press release here, it says they plan to bolster their Game Pass portfolio with plans to launch Activision Blizzard games into Game Pass. Doesn't say anything about exclusive or anything like that.
So that's the thing. So any prior contracts that they have, they're still active.
They'll honor,
for 4 years, they'll still honor. There's like Minecraft when they first took it, they never ended up making it exclusive only for Microsoft. It's on every platform. So Call of Duty is really the main thing that it's going to be either going to be on everything or not. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be Call of Duty the game. It could be Call of Duty Warzone. Because that could be everywhere you want to play.
That's their money maker right now.
Exactly. So that would be on everything. But if you want single campaign versions and so forth on Game Pass, it's only exclusive over there. Because Starfield and Sim, you don't spend that much amount of money to then turn around and say it's not available everywhere. Now
I think Diablo. Sorry, what were you saying?
Now let's say if they turn around and say we will offer that service to everyone, like the games are still going to be available to everyone, but it's only going to be through Game Pass, which they mentioned. So that means Sony, if they want it, they have to allow Game Pass, a version of Game Pass on their platform. So
I mean, what I was trying to work out.
Sorry.
But like what I was thinking is like, what makes them more money? Having games that they've acquired now and making them just exclusive, or acknowledging that the markets for Xbox and PlayStation they're pretty solid. There's not really too much switching back and forth. Like the customers who are in each bracket are deep in that bracket, or they're already a little bit of both.
No, it's double dipping. So with Microsoft,
you guys either double dipping or you're one or the other.
I think with Microsoft, they are any game that release is also on PC, so they have the PC market covered. They don't have to worry about that. PlayStation is just starting with that. Any games, if you have the PC version, you have the Xbox version, so it's a lot easier for you to just buy an Xbox. So what you're really purchasing. Sorry, go ahead.
But what I was thinking generally is like, are they going to make more money with just Game Pass? Or are they acknowledging that the Sony market is just not one that they're going to take? So instead of trying to push to make people buy Xboxes, just buy the studios that make the games sell the games, and even the Sony customers are still giving you money to buy their game.
On Game Pass.
Yeah, I think
But not even Game Pass, just like if you had Call of Duty, for example, you sell it as a regular game on accessible to all consoles, but you're still taking a cut of the money from Sony because Sony customers are buying the game from Microsoft as a disc or download off the Sony store to then play on a Sony device. But because they own the game studio, they're making money, right?
Yeah, but the moves that they made with Bethesda, I think that just shows that they're not going to buy things and just turn around and not make them exclusive. I think they're going to let people kind of wane in and until it's just synonymous that, oh, it's just an Xbox studio, right?
Yeah.
It's highly likely because like change is occurring. I don't think when they mentioned back in the day that they don't think of Sony as their competitor, they think of Google and Facebook, Amazon, that territory. They want a platform rather than just having a box, right? So, and they really started pushing in heavily on Game Pass, and now they're looking at dongles for your. They have a deal with Samsung where Game Pass might be available pre-installed on Samsung. So these kind of things that they're looking into. So that's
the mobile aspect they were talking about too. That Daniel mentioned.
TVs, a smart TV. It's not on. So right on your smart TV, you can just go ahead and do it. So if that's the case, then I think the shift is occurring already because Sony, they're launching now their first party games on PC because Xbox is doing it. They're looking at Project Spartacus like Game Pass because Xbox was doing it. They're looking at backward compatibility because there is money to be made on that. Because if you don't put those games in Game Pass, you can play it. Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and 13 Lightning Returns. I have it downloaded through Game Pass on my console. Like for Sony, I don't know how I'm going to get it because it's PS3. But for Xbox, upgraded versions, everything, I have it. So if I ever want to sit down and just play, I can just do it. So that kind of stuff is really, really neat, where they can just throw these games out and say, hey, you don't have to worry about it. It's $20 a month and you get 120 titles and they revolve all throughout, right? Like kind of like a Netflix thing. But I think they really, really are going to work on the platform because I don't think they care about selling that many boxes. I think they care more about Game Pass and where their services are going to be available. So if they are able to get Game Pass on PlayStation, I mean, doesn't matter what box you buy, right?
It kind of makes sense, right? Because like Microsoft
not going to have Game Pass.
So, but like that's the thing. Like Microsoft is a software company, right? They do service, like the service aspect, right, and the software side of things, and like how the functionality, especially when they do it right. Like I don't know who does it better than Microsoft when it comes to these things.
Their servers, Microsoft Azure. Sony has a deal with Microsoft to use their servers for cloud gaming.
Do you guys know who's the actual biggest service like cloud and server provider in the world is, or at least in North America?
Is it Microsoft or Google?
It's Amazon.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, their server infrastructure is like the hugest. Everyone uses their shit.
Oh, there you go.
It's crazy. But yeah, man, it's a service aspect. I think you're right, Faiz. It's the service aspect that they provide. I think it's going to crush Sony.
I don't think, but I don't even think they're worried about Sony. Truth be told, because like they're going
to get
because I don't think Sony's going to buy with that. Yeah, I think it's going to be. It's getting to a point where it might be just like, I don't know if it's going to be next. That's definitely not next generation, but probably like a few generations in there where it's just one box. Or it's built into your TV.
Like if you look at right now, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, all three of the big three, old big three game companies, they're all fighting a different war.
Yeah.
Not even trying to compete with each other.
Nintendo's all about handheld and the hybrid market. Sony's all about we are making these blockbuster. Yeah. Huh? I was gonna say.
Oh, I just said old school console.
Also, console providing you these stories that are not going to be anywhere, blockbuster quality, and VR. And then we have on the other side Microsoft that's just like we're a platform that's going to be everywhere. You guys can play whatever the fuck we have, and for a small fee. You don't have a phone. You don't have a computer. No worries. You can get it on your phone. You don't want to play a game on your phone. You can buy a box. You don't want to buy a $500 box. You have a $200 box. You don't want to buy a $200 box. It's available on your TV. Like you can buy a dongle and do like. There's all these things, barriers that they're breaking, and I don't think I've used Game Pass as much as I've done in the last year, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I guess we'll see who wins, man. But I think it'd be a sad day if at the end of the day it's just like this one box and one service.
I think it's gonna be one box with different services. I think it'll be like when you buy an Apple TV box, for example, you have Netflix, Disney, Amazon, all that stuff on it. Maybe there'll be one box that you purchase, probably by Valve. Who the fuck knows, right? you buy one, and then you have Sony Spartacus, PlayStation, whatever the fuck they call it, PlayStation Plus. Right? Maybe they'll just rename it that way. And then you have Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, and then you have Nintendo doing Nintendo things. So, but yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining me today. This was a really fun conversation, especially the part where we looked into the wrap-up report for Rohan.
Okay. All right.
But to all that's been listening or watching us, thank you so much. As always, we are available on multiple different podcast services, on Google, Apple, Spotify, and we have a Patreon. If you love our content, please, you can definitely support us there for as little as $3. Otherwise, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. We are starting to stream more and more. We have tons of new content that's waiting to happen, and we will be releasing our thoughts on Bleach Season 2 tomorrow, so definitely look out for that. But with all that said, hope you guys have a great Sunday. We're wishing you nothing but good vibes from your friends at Cast 5. Ciao.
Take care, y'all.
See you later.